everybody, this is DC from the DC Life channel. I just want to start by thanking everyone who has viewed, liked, and commented on my Wonder Woman 1984 movie review. This channel has never received so much interest and engagement, and for that, I am beyond grateful to all of you. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and click on the link right here. And while you're at it, please remember to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon, as it really helps a little YouTube channel like mine. Before the world met Wonder Woman, Princess Diana grew up in Themyscira. I had initially just intended to do a movie review of the 2017 Wonder Woman movie. So I went back to watching the movie on HBO Max for research, and while I still stand by that Wonder Woman 1984 isn't garbage,
What?
I felt the disappointment that many of you who are just simply upset with the Wonder Woman team for the sequel. I get it. I totally get it. And that is the conversation I want to continue to have with this video. While I will indirectly do a spoiler review of the first movie, by the way, you've just been warned, I will contrast the two movies and share what I think is good, but could be better, and conclude which is the more superior Wonder Woman movie. Two fundamental elements to Wonder Woman's origin story are her Amazonian heritage and her connection to Greek mythology. It was the intent of her creator, William Moulton Marston, a psychologist, writer, and the inventor of the lie detector, to bring a level of sophistication and depth in addition to Diana's typical physical superhero capabilities. Many would misunderstand the mentioned elements as too cerebral or boring, or more commonly, it's too difficult to get Wonder Woman right. She's an Amazon warrior and a symbol of compassion, peace, and love. Most writers in the past would usually overly emphasize one at the cost of the other. Time and time again, Wonder Woman is either battle-thirsty, or she's a JSA secretary or den mother with all feels with no action. Patty Jenkins does some great world building. Themyscira is not just a world of highly trained warriors, but we get glimpses of a sophisticated society with beautiful architecture and landscape and some kind of matriarchy, with Hippolyta, a revered regal queen, and a war general, and is probably second in command, aunt of Diana, Antiope. She's tough and simply awesome, and with a really cool scene where Hippolyta tells Diana the history of creation, mankind, and the Amazons through what is probably a Themysciran iPad of a magical classical painting that comes alive as the story is told. Here we learn of the gods and Ares and his corruption of the world, and how the Amazons were created to lead mankind back to love, peace, and order. If there is an overarching point that I keep making in this video, is Patty Jenkins sets herself up with so much goodwill and amazing material with the first Wonder Woman movie that it's a head scratcher as to why she deviated so far from it in the sequel. It's a complete misstep, to put it lightly. WB unfortunately was really late in the game with starting their own movie universe. The MCU had already had hit upon hit of connected stories leading to a very successful first Avengers movie. Zack Snyder was hired to shepherd a really rushed attempt to catch up. His deconstructive, much grittier and dour approach got off on two very polarizing starts that did not prepare a smoother path for Wonder Woman. Say what you want about Patty Jenkins and her stumble with Wonder Woman 1984, she had so many things going against her with the 2017 Wonder Woman movie. There has never been a critically praised or financially successful female-led superhero prior to Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman herself, despite being the premier female comic book superhero, has never been on the silver screen till BVS. Wonder Woman also didn't have a successful wave of movies prior to ride along, or was sandwiched between $2 billion blockbuster movies to prop it up for assured success. Patty and her team rose up to the occasion and gave us one of the most inspiring superhero movies ever. Nothing breathes more inspirational than the No Man's Land scene. There's something about rooting for the underdog that is Wonder Woman herself, rising out of the trenches as she removes her cloak, revealing her full armor with the soaring film score, declaring both to the world in the movie and to ours, no one would step up, no one believed in me, no one thought I could make it. Well, here I am, and I'm here to save us from the war. I'm here to save the entire DCEU and pave the way yet again for all female superheroes, but this time in the movies, and inspire man's world to fight for those who cannot fight for themselves through love. That's just awesome. It's stuff of heroes. She didn't need any deconstruction or loss or reason to step up. She stepped up because no one would, and she just couldn't stand by and do nothing.
You should be ashamed.
The score, by the way, I love how Rupert Gregson-Williams derived Steve and Diana's love theme from Charlie's reawakening singing at one of the quiet moments in the movie.
I haven't heard him sing in years.
And then there's the awesome Wonder Woman theme. The villains in Wonder Woman were forgettable at best, and were basically just plot devices. It was a waste of great actors like Danny Huston, Elena Anaya, and David Thewlis, and characters like Dr. Poison and Ares. They just didn't have much to do other than to support the big twist in the third act. I personally don't believe that Joker or Thanos are just more superior characters than, say, Lex Luthor or Zod or Ares. Most of the time, it's writers not being able to develop the villains and have them carry the plot at the same time. Now, I know most of the critics complained about the third act in the first Wonder Woman movie. It was too CGI, too poorly done, and too typical of a superhero movie. Now, I agree that maybe it could have looked better. I definitely think it's a little wonky that Ares has a mustache under his war helmet. To have this showdown with the war god, it should have been this very impressive sight, and it was very apparent that they just didn't have the money to take it to the next level. And I think also sometimes critics just have to complain about something in a movie. I think every superhero movie should have a major showdown. In fact, I think a major portion of the movie's overall budget should be allotted to the big fight in the third act. I'm aware that Patty Jenkins revealed that the Warner Brother higher-ups made her add the big fight in the third act, and it's probably the most critically rejected moment in the movie, but I kind of agree with the big suits. Now, personally, I think the cheetah showdown should have been the big moment in Wonder Woman 1984. Somewhere in there, Diana could have still had her big inspirational speech, but she must be allowed to let loose with her powers. Tell a good story despite her awesome powers. More money should have been spent on how Cheetah looked than the 80s mall at the beginning of the movie. We should have seen her transformation, and she should have had a better story. And more importantly, one of Wonder Woman's original arch nemesis should not have had to take a backseat to Maxwell Lord and a non-villain of a Dreamstone. Join the discussion, comment down below, and let me know what you think the third act of a superhero movie should be. What did you think could have been better with the Ares and the Cheetah showdowns? Do you think a Wonder Woman movie should have a big emotional speech? I want to hear your thoughts. So which is the better, more superior Wonder Woman movie? Isn't it obvious? It's kind of sad because Warner Brothers, Patty Jenkins, and her team had so much goodwill with the 2017 Wonder Woman movie. But they put all their chips on 80s nostalgia and a homage to Richard Donner's Superman. Instead of maintaining the amazing balance of a sophisticated, grounded reality with superhero fantasy, they opted for campiness and a convoluted wishing stone plot with rules so confusing that they themselves can't even keep up with. But I still stand by that Wonder Woman 1984 is not garbage. It's a fun superhero movie. Maybe the more accurate and in some ways worse of a word is disappointment. But I'm still hopeful with Wonder Woman 3 and Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot. Let's have more Amazons and Themyscira, more Diana letting loose with her powers. Let her fight gods or monsters or anyone who can keep up with her at full strength. And let's keep letting Wonder Woman inspire us all to be better. Don't forget that it is your support that keeps the DC Life channel going. So hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and bell icons to stay connected. Do check out all the consumer tech videos on the channel and be on the lookout for more content in 2021. Comment down below and let me know what you think of this video and the 2017 Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 1984 movies. Keep it locked on DCLife.com, and remember, life's too short. Live it fully. To Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman herself, despite being the premier female superhero, I'm starting to lose it. Too fundamental, but we get glimpses of a sophisticated society.